All right, you guys are not going to believe what's going on with Johnny Somali now. As you know, his court date, he just had a trial where he got new charges added. You heard about 31, now it's 36. We're going to talk about that in another video. But in this video, we're going to be breaking down this video that Johnny Somali himself released dressed up like a member of the KKK, except that, the robe is black. And he's basically comparing himself to famous black celebrities that allegedly have been persecuted, like P. Diddy, like R. Kelly, like Kanye West. He makes a lot of shout outs and references to Kanye West. And he makes the argument that the reason why he is being, basically threatened with facing so much time, basically a decade in Korean jail, is because the South Korean people are the foot soldiers of white supremacy and racism. That's what he said. Roll the footage.
I have a dream that the war against famous black men will end. I have a nightmare that the only crime that turned previous heroes like Ye, P. Diddy, Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, and Johnny Somali.
Okay, pause, okay? What has he done? What has Johnny Somali ever done to be on the same list as Ye, P. Diddy, R. Kelly, and Johnny Somali? For what? What has Johnny Somali ever done? Have you ever created a musical masterpiece? Have you created a clothing line? What has Johnny Somali done other than be a nuisance?
And to villains was their melanin. I have a vision that if the great Kanye Omari West was born as Connor Owen Wesley, he would still have his children. Kim Kardashian, bring them home. The Zionists stole his children. I have a reality that there is a war against black people. And the Koreans have always been the foot soldiers of white supremacy. I have a truth that I am the modern day Letitia Harley. And I am being assassinated by modern day rooftop Koreans. I have a dream that I may not be sentenced to 10 years of hard labor in South Korea for the simple crime of spilling a cup of noodles.
All right, so you can see Mr. Somali's getting a bit desperate now because, you can see multiple references to that 10 years because it seems like it's finally dawning on him that he could potentially actually spend that amount of time in jail. That's why he's talking about it like it's some sort of a lynching, right? 10 years. It seems like he's finally accepting, yes, that's what's on the cards. It's not going to be a slap on the wrist. You're not going to be laughing at what's his name, Legal Mindset and all of his friends as you leave South Korea with just like community service or being banned from returning or something like that. He's actually facing years. And I'm not here to get into the politics of the racism and stuff like that. All right, but if that's true, right? If that's true, you're not making it easier for yourself by going around basically committing crimes, okay? The argument that if this was a pretty little white girl, they might not be in so much trouble, okay, that's an argument you can make. All I have to tell you is, buddy, you are not making it easier for yourself by going around committing crimes, okay? The defects, you do your research, right? You were online researching which countries allow you to have girls that are like under the age of 20, under the age of 18 and stuff, right? That's on record, okay? So you have the ability to do your research, so you should have done your research and realize that making deepfake videos is considered a serious crime in South Korea. You should have done that research, right?
Seriously, that is my main charge. I have been assaulted, defamed, lied about, spat on, and called racist names by the Korean public. Awaiting this trial, or should I say modern day lynching. I am a comedian. If my skin was white and my name were Sacha Baron Cohen, would this be my fate? We live in a clown world where Zionists are protected, but melanated Jews such as myself and Kanye West lose $1 million deals and contracts and are put into psych wards. Dear Asians, you cried out, stop Asian hate. and we heard you. We listened. But I ask you now, do Black Lives Matter to Koreans? Please free me from the shackles of oppression. The only thing I'm guilty of is left speech. I am asking the Israeli embassy, the U.S. embassy, to protect a great American Jew like myself from this anti-Semitic attack on Johnny Somali, aka Ramzi Khalid Ismail.
I wish you luck, buddy. I wish you luck. Ramzi Khalid Ismail, I wish you luck. I am not a hater. I will never be a hater. I despise haters because, you know, they bring hate. Who likes hate, right? But I tell you this, right? It would help. This is just my opinion. It would help if you actually genuinely apologize, you know? If you actually genuinely apologize, even if you think, you know, what you did wasn't so wrong and you're a comedian, blah, 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 blah. Just apologize. Just try to de-escalate the situation, okay? I wish you the best of luck. Subscribe to Mr. Fiesta 24/7. We make fun, entertaining videos about trending topics.